So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a hexie flower. There is a hexie flower. And if you haven't watched the previous videos to get to this point, you'll need to go back and watch those because this is just making the flower. The way I always do it is when we start with this center and we just whip stitch each of these other hexagons onto this. So it looks, you know, like this. And then once I got all those on, then I can start sewing all these seams up. And I like to remove this center paper. You can't remove any of these outer edges until you've got them sewn, but the center one you can move. And to move it, you just lift these up, and I've glue basted this. So I want to make sure that I do it gently and it's out. And doing that will make this easier to maneuver. So then I will get these together. It doesn't matter where you start sewing your first seam on these. You just start, and then I like to move clockwise. And then I just start stitching just like normal. So I'll start here. And you should already know this part, but I'll go ahead and do it in fast motion so that we can get to the end. When I reach that last seam, I just go to my next seam. So I'm not going to cut. The more I cut this thread, the longer this whole process is going to take me, and I like to stay a little bit more fluid. So I just move on to this seam, get these two together, and take my needle and go right into this first stitch and then start again. So I'll just hold it until I get my knot tied off. If you get it too tight, you'll end up having to cut it to make your piece lay flat. But once you get it knotted off, you know, you can cut it or not cut it, whatever you do. I rarely cut them. So I'm going to do this, and I will end up doing it all the way around until I get finished. So once you get completely done with your hexie flower, you'll take your iron and you're just going to press. Give it a good, nice press. And then you're going to take these papers out. Now it's going to do this, but it's okay because, see, it's still going to hold its shape because you pressed it. And then when I get all these papers out, we're going to give it another little press. So all my papers are out, and I'm trying to keep these in their shape. So I want to press them immediately after I remove the papers. I don't want to let them sit in a bag and get out of shape. You'll make yourself crazy when you try to applique them or whatever you're planning on doing with them after this step. All right, and now this is ready for applique. If I was going to make a whole quilt of these, I would not have removed these papers until they were sewn to whatever piece they needed to be. If I was going to sew two of these together, then I would have not moved any of the outside papers until they were sewn. So any shape in EPP that you're working on, you can remove the inner papers like we removed this one, but you never remove the outer edges until they're sewn to the piece that they're going to be sewn on. The only time you would remove them before that is if you were going to applique it, and that's what I'm going to do with this one, is I'm going to applique it on a square. So that's all the hexie flower video that I have. I hope you enjoyed it.